This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. I want to give all honor, glory, and infinite praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem SHAQADAN. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad, pushing His truth and sincerity. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem SHAQADAN, Barakathum. To Zaquanium, Wa'akim, Wa'kwafim, you know, you elders, you brothers, you sisters, the hopeful elect out there laboring, keeping the commandments to the best of your ability, giving diligence, make your calling and election sure, and of course, keeping faith in Yahweh Yahushai in these last days, in these perilous times that we're living in. This is Brother Pashai, Bon Yasha'Allah, and this will be a quick lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai on the elect will eat and have abundance during the famine, because a massive famine is coming to America, Babylon the Great. Right, and that could be caused, you know, by a lights out situation, you know, cyber attacks, EMP attacks, all type of things could happen to this vulnerable society that's getting ready to collapse. So we know a famine is coming. That's in the scriptures. 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, how the Lord said. As a matter of fact, I'll read it. I'll go back to this. Right. So these are the times that we're approaching, but the Lord promised, you know, salvation and deliverance for His elect. So we gotta keep, you know, doing this work, man, keeping the faith in His beloved Son Yahushai. Which is ultimately believing on Him, the Most High, right? We believe on Him through His Son, Yahushai. So 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 5, Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world. So the same way the Lord brought plagues upon ancient Egypt, He getting ready to bring plagues upon the modern day Egypt, which is America, Babylon the Great. He said, I will bring plagues upon the world, and it won't just happen to America. It's gonna happen worldwide, you know. But mainly America, Babylon the Great is gonna get hit the hardest, right? So it says, Behold, save the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And we know famine is what? An extreme scarcity of food and water. You know, basically things that, food and water, you need that to survive. You see that? So when you die of famine, when you die of starvation, you die a slow, painful death. So that's coming to America, Babylon the Great. A lot of people will die of starvation. You see that? And that happened in times past. I'm going to get some accounts through the Spirit, you know. But from there, I want to go back to Isaiah. Read that one more time from the top. Because the Lord promised that during that famine, He's going to feed His elect, right? And the elect consists of men, women, and children. Helps of the prophets, friends of the prophets. You see that? So Isaiah 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Those that serve Him, you know, to the best of their ability, keeping the commandments, having faith, you know, believing on His truth, hearkening, doing the things that please Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. He said they gonna eat, but ye shall be hungry. Who's the ye that's gonna be hungry? The 2/3, the wicked Israelites, heathens, Esau. You know, those that don't do the things that please Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Those ultimately that don't believe on Yahweh Yahushai, they're gonna be hungry during that time. So it said, Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right, so during that time, man, scriptures, I'm going to get Job as well. I'll just pull it up right fast. So I won't forget it. I believe it's Job 5 and 19, so I'm going to go back to that. So Isaiah 65, and I'm at verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So the servants of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the elect, and Lord willing, we be part of that number, man. That's why we got to give diligence, make our calling and election sure. For if we do these things, we shall never fall. We shall never fail. You see that? So we got to keep serving the Lord to the best of our ability. And he promised what? Food, water, shelter, protection, clothing. He said, don't worry about those things. I got you. You see that? So we got to always remember these precepts approaching the times is coming, because it's going to get real bad. But the spirit that's going to be on the elect is going to be a spirit of rejoicing, a spirit of praising Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you know, a spirit of, you know, singing for joy of heart, because they're going to be getting delivered, you know, they're going to be getting fed. You see that? And Lord willing, I'm going to keep saying, the Lord willing, we are part of that number, the elect, man. You see that? So from there, look at Job 5 and verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Now famine, that's evil, man. You see that? When that famine comes, it's gonna hit people, man. That's an evil that's touching people, man. The Lord said there shall no evil touch you. You know, so the Lord not gonna allow his elect to die that type of death, man. You see, verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death. You see? In famine he shall redeem thee from death. Right? And in war from the power of the sword, because there's gonna be a lot of things happening simultaneously. Famine, you know, pestilences, earthquakes, race wars and riots and class wars and gender wars. You have a type of wars going on. World War III about to pop off. Right? So all of that is happening. The Lord said in war from the power of the sword. So the Lord can give his men spiritual powers and angels. The same way the Lord fed that wicked generation in the wilderness with manna from heaven and quail. What do you think the Lord gonna do for his elect in these last days? Because this, like the brother Baquar Moth, I was watching his live stream yesterday. I caught it kind of late, but he mentioned some beautiful, beautiful points toward the end of his live stream. He mentioned, because he was going into, you know, divine intervention and miracles, right? You know, high level thinking. So when I caught the live stream and watching it, the brother mentioned how this the last time we ever gonna have to go through anything like this. No tribulation will happen to us ever again after this. The last captivity, the last of us being oppressed, the last of us being at the bottom, you know. So the deliverance is gonna happen these last days. Is gonna be massive. It's gonna be miraculous. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna, no words can really explain the way the Lord gonna deliver his elect during these times, and we must believe this. Now another brother, the brother Aharon Moth Ba, I'm gonna post a link to his beautiful, beautiful vision, his testimony, his dream. I don't know, I believe he had it last night, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 days ago, one of those. But I'm gonna post a link to that brother's video. He had a video of, you know, the beautiful chariots and how the Lord fed and protected, you know, the brothers, the elect, the hopeful elect, I'll say, the elders and apostles on down to those brothers. You know, how in the dream, he I can't fully remember exactly everything he said, so I'm gonna roughly paraphrase what I remember from watching the brother's video. But in his vision, man, he had a dream where, you know, I remember he said he was starving. He said, man, I'm hungry and all of this. And he said a lights out situation happened, right? He said a lights out situation happened, and basically got to the point where they had to, you know, I guess flee or bounce, and they ended up in the mountains around there. You know, some real tall trees. And he said he was real hungry, and he thought of the scripture, Isaiah 65 and 13. He quoted it in his mind, and then he just reached his hand out, and as he reached his hand out, the tree shrunk, and I believe he got fruit from off the tree. And also he mentioned in the dream how when he ate the fruit, or ate the food from the tree, the fruit, right? He got full. Yeah, it filled him up. I believe he had like 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, Salakia, right? But I believe he ate the fruit and he got full, you know, real fast. So the Lord is going to fill us, man. We're going to be filled in these last days. You know, a brother may have 1 can of beans, 1 loaf of bread, you know, one fish, you know, and the Lord can have it where you eat that meal, it fills you up for 2 days, you know, or for a week, who knows, man. And you don't need food. The Lord, Scripture say what? He that waiteth upon me shall renew their strength. Isaiah the 40th chapter, verse 29 on down. The Lord said, you wait upon me, you're going to renew your strength. I'm going to strengthen you. You know, so brothers may be at a point, because, you know, when you fasting, you're weak. You know, when you deprive yourself from food and water, you know, you get real weak. It's, you know, it's hard to carry things. It's hard to walk up steps. You know, it's hard to really, you know, you don't want to move really, you know. So imagine that during a famine, we haven't eaten in a couple days. You know, brothers, we're going to have to take that as like a fast and just pray to the Lord to bring us food. Because the Lord knows that we need food and water inside these corruptible bodies that we in. This mortal flesh. So He's going to look out for us during them times, man. You know, so I'm going to make sure to post a link to that brother's vision, his dream, his testimony in the description box below, right? So let's read this one more time from the top. Job 5 and verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Now watch this. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So when all that happens, because if an EMP attack happens, that's destruction. It's going to destroy the infrastructure of America, Babylon the Great. That's going to destroy technology as we know it. It's going to bring this society back to the Stone Age, man, back to that of the 1800s. There would be no smartphones, there would be no ACs, no heaters, no refrigerators, none of that stuff, man. It's going back to that. It's going to go back to that in the 1800s. So people have to know how to survive, which, you know, people nowadays is too fixated on technology. So, people going to just really trust in the government. Whatever the government bring forth, they're going to take it. But not the elect. You see that? So it's going to get real bad when this happens. So when that famine happens, it could be a domino effect. Like, say if EMP attack happens, you could go, whatever gas is in your car, that's it. Because you can't repump your gas because that gas station don't work no more because there's no technology. So now the trucks that bring in food to your local supermarkets, your local stores, is not bringing in the food. It's not bringing in none of that stuff. The trucks is not working. It's not moving. And then and those truckers, they're humans. They're people. They got family. They got loved ones. They got friends. They're not going to care about their job that much that during the EMP attack, they're going to be trying to deliver you food. They worry about their family and their friends. So there'll be no food coming to the supermarkets, no food coming to the grocery stores. There'll be no 4 from Wendy's, no Uber Eats, no Grubhub. There'll be none of that stuff. So it'll be a massive famine, especially in the major cities like New York City, like Chicago, Miami, California, and different city areas like that is going to get hit the hardest, man. You see, it's going to hit the hardest because there's no like farmland and stuff like that. It's none of that. It just built concrete jungles, it's buildings, skyscrapers, and stuff like that. So we're going to get real bad very fast and very quick. It's a saying that people are only 9 meals away from anarchy, but we have nothing to fear. The Lord bless us with his name, his son's name, and his truth, and his wisdom, and his knowledge, and his understanding, and the understanding of these scriptures. So we got to apply it, when that time comes, because we may not have a video. We're not going to have a video to watch to boost our faith up in that time. We're not going to be, in the midst of a famine. Let me watch this video this brother did, a couple years back or a while back, and let me check it out and get my faith. No. Brothers, we're going to need this embedded inside of our minds, man, and our hearts. His heart is in Hebrew, law means mind. We got to remember these precepts and actually apply it. I'm going to get some accounts in a minute. So let me read this one more time from the top. Job 5 and verse 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Now, what type of spirit is on these brothers and sisters and children? The elect, I'll say like that. What type of spirit will be on the elect to laugh during destruction and famine? All the people that's getting harmed by the famine, getting harmed by the destruction, you're going to look at these men, look at the elect like they're crazy. Like, why are they laughing? There's no food coming in. We're starving to death. Why are they laughing? Because wisdom and knowledge will keep them stable. They're going to know the Lord going to be with them, right? We got to know the Lord going to be with us, man. We got to have that faith. So it says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Because we know once that, situation like that happened, a lot of things are electronic, like the zoos, insane asylums, prisons. A lot of the doors are electronic. So EMP attack goes off, all of that going to open right up. The workers are going to go home to look out for their families. So all the animals, there be no zookeepers, they're not going to care. They're going to go back home to look out for their family. So all the lions, the tigers, a lot of the deers, bears, they're going to be let loose out of these zoos, man. And they can be roaming the cities, roaming the United States of America, like they're gonna be roaming through. You're gonna see like the I Am Legend. You're gonna see deers prancing. You're gonna see lions, stalking them. You're gonna see that, right? But the Lord said you're not gonna be afraid. The elect, Lord willing, we part of that number. The elect, we're hopeful, right? So hopeful elect, we're not gonna be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Verse 23: For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. So we must remember this, man. So from there, I'm going to get in a quick account with my forefather. No, matter of fact, before I get that, I want to get this. I want to show you how bad the famine going to be, because this happened in times past, and I believe, is it 2 Kings 6? Yep, 2 Kings chapter 6. And we're going to jump down to verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head, and an ass is a donkey, right? Until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. So they were selling donkey heads for 80 pieces of silver. I believe 80, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up, right? Let me not butcher it. I believe it's 80, right? If I'm being honest, I believe it's 80. I believe a score is 20, right? So 80, that'll be 80. But let me just double check through the spirit. So we're going to go to the blue letter, and I'm just look it up right fast. All this for edification's sakes, of course, right? So 80, 80, right? So it says, let's go back down to it. 2 Kings 6 verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. So for 80 pieces of silver, you would get a donkey's head to eat, right? And it said, in the fourth part of a cab of a dove's dung was 5 pieces of silver. So for 5 pieces of silver, you could eat some dove's shit. Dung is crap. It's doodle, doogie. So that's how bad the famine was, man. They was eating crap. They was eating donkey heads, because there's nothing else to eat. So when a dove took a little poop, they saw that, oh yes, a nice meal. That's how bad it was, man. And that's gonna happen again in these last days. I mean, people gonna be eating dogs, eating stray cats and squirrels and rats. They'll be eating dung, eating each other. Cannibalism is coming as well. But verse 26, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the wine press? So he said, if the Lord can help you, what can I do for you, man? And that's the spirit that can be on the elect men during that time. If the Lord can help you, what can we do for you, man? Because he's in control of all of this. So if he don't want to help you, we can't help you. You see that? So that's why the elect can be laughing during these times, man. The scriptures say in Proverbs 1st chapter, the Most High said, he will mock you when your fear cometh. He will laugh when your calamity comes. Roughly paraphrasing what our Lord said in Proverbs the 1st chapter. Let me get it right fast, because I don't want to I don't like butchering it when I quote the scripts. Proverbs 1 and verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. That's when they're going to try to call upon the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So that's in the scriptures in Isaiah 65:13, the ye that shall be hungry, they're going to be crying to the Lord in that day. But the Lord not going to answer them because they didn't hearken unto him right now. The scriptures say what? Seek the Lord while he may be found. So it's about to be too late for a lot of you people out there, man, honestly. Right? And Lord willing, he have mercy upon us that, have been seeking him, sincerely, diligently. So 2 Kings 6, back to 2 Kings, chapter 6 and verse 28. And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So it was eating what? Their kids. So a woman went up to her and said, listen, give me your son. We're going to eat him today. We're going to boil him and eat him. And then we're going to eat my son tomorrow. Right? One more time from the top. You got to really, meditate upon this, man. 2 Kings 6:28. And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her, on the next day, give thy son, that we may eat him. And she have hid her son. So she basically, like, on the left hand kind of supplanted her. She basically, gassed her. She lied to her. She tricked her. She said, all right, give us, because she was so hungry. She's like, give us your son, we eat him today, and tomorrow we will eat my son. But then the next day came, she hid her son. Because, apparently, of course, that's a mom. She loves her child. She's not going to really eat her child. She didn't want to eat the other woman's child. And she tricked the other woman to actually eating her own child, man. So that's how hungry they was. You got to be real hungry to eat your child, man. Think about that, especially a mom that they love their kids, man. You got to be real hungry to actually boil your child and eat them. Come on now. So, verse 30. And it came to pass, when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. You see that? Then said he, the Most High do so and more also to me, if the head of Elisha, the son of Shabbat, shall stand on him this day. Right, so that's about internet. I can read the whole thing down, but that's about internet what I want to get. So he started mourning, man. He rent his clothes. That's when you're in a state of mourning. In a state of about to fast, and you're in a state of seeking the Lord. So from there, we're going to get our forefather Elijah. Right? Our forefather Elijah got fed by ravens. 1 Kings 17 and verse 1. And Elijah the Tishbite, so we just read an account with the two women. They actually boiled and ate their kids. As a matter of fact, before I get Elijah, because I'm going to get some more precepts to boost up the faith for you Akim or Guafim out there. But before I do that, I want to read this one in Lamentations. Lamentations 4 and verse 13. Right? Is this what I want? Yep. Lamentations 4, verse 7. Their visage is blacker than the coal. And this book of Lamentations was written by Jeremiah during the time when the Babylonians came and besieged our people. And it was a famine going on during this time as well. So it says this. Jeremiah, Lamentations 4, verse 8. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. You ever seen the commercials with them Hamite kids? And some of them be Jakes. Kids, you know, that when they skin is cleaving to their bones, you can see their bones through their skin because they haven't eaten in weeks and months. You see? It says, their skin cleaving to their bones, it is withered, it has become like a stick. That they that be slain with the sword. So if you die with a gunshot, you know, getting stabbed to death, getting your head chopped off, right? They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. So it's better for you to die that way than die of starvation. Why? For these pine away, stricken through the want of the fruits of the field. So you're going to die slowly thinking about the fruits of the field, man. You know, you're going to think about food, water, fruits, right? So verse 10, the hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. We go into the word sodden. It goes to boil, it goes to cook, it goes to like fry, you know, on a pan, a cauldron, right? So they cook their own children, man. So it says the hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. The kids became their meat, right? And it says this, the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, have accomplished his fury. He have poured out his fierce anger. So that's the anger of the Lord, man. And have kindled a fire in Zion, and it have devoured the foundation thereof. So that's what he did to our people back then. And he can ready to do that to these heathens, Esau, and our people once, and our people all over again, because they don't trust in him, right? And this whole place is wicked. They're about to destroy this whole place. Now let's get 1 Kings 17. So 1 Kings 17 and verse 1. Right? Because during the famine, like I read, that's like I started off with, the Lord said his elect are going to laugh at destruction and famine. The Lord said, my servant shall eat, but you going to be hungry. Right? So let's read this. Let's read about one of his servants, Elijah. Right? And also during the time of the other famine, you know, Elisha, he was eating swell in 2 Kings. Right? So let's read 1 Kings 17. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai liveth, as the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, power of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, get thee hence and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So Elijah prophesied of a famine. You know, he said it would not be no dew nor rain these years, right? So a famine was coming, right? And in the midst of that famine, the Lord told him, listen, I command you to go hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is by Jordan. And the Lord said, I commanded ravens, birds to feed you there. So who's in full control of all these animals, everything? The Most High Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, man. He said, I commanded the ravens to feed you, you know? So they was flying, they was getting food for Elijah and bringing it to him. Let's read it. 1 Kings 17 and 4 again. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I've commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according to the word of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. For he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening. You know, so in the morning and at evening he was eating swell, and he drank of the brook. And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belonged to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman to sustain thee. Right? Now let's jump down. Right? There's a little more in this story I want to get. Let's read on down, right? Verse 10. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering of sticks. And he called to her and said, fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, as the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but an handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. Right? So she, you know, because basically she was running out. So she, you know, was thinking ready to eat her last meal. And after that, she just, is ready to starve to death, basically. She says she's going to eat it and die. Verse 13, and Elijah said unto her, fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it to me, and after make for thee and for thy son. For thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, power of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste. You see, the barrel of meal shall not waste. He made it where the food did not run out. Neither shall the cruse of the oil fail until the day that the Lord sendeth rain upon the earth. So until the Lord sent rain back on the earth, they was going to eat swell. Verse 18. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of the oil fail, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by Elijah. And it came to pass after these things that the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick. And his sickness was so sore that there was no breath left in him. He died. So the widow woman's son passed away. And she said unto him, because he got sick, not by starvation, because he got sick, like I literally just read. Right? So verse 18, and she said unto Elijah, what have I to do with thee, O thou man of the Most High? Art thou come unto me to call my sin to remembrance, and to slay my son? And he said unto her, give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom, and carried him up into a loft, where he abode, and laid him upon his own bed. Right? And he cried unto the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and said, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, my power, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I sojourned, by slaying her son? And he stretched himself upon the child 3 times, and cried unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and said, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, my power, I pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua heard the voice of Elijah, and the soul of the child came into him again, and he revived. So he raised him from the dead through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And Elijah took the child and brought him down out of the chamber into the house, and delivered him unto his mother. And Elijah said, see, thy son liveth. And the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of the Most High, and that the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in thy mouth is truth. So during the time of the famines, there's going to be miracles going on, divine intervention, all type of stuff, man. Animals going to feed us, man. We got to have that faith. So I'm going to end it with this one. Salakia. Right, it's a scripture I just thought about. So we gotta always remember this, brothers, remember these precepts. The Lord got us, man. So from there we can end it with this. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, and verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, that so that thy children shall not see hell or death. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. Remember thy children that sleep, for I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth, and shew mercy unto them. For I am merciful, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Almighty. Right, so we understand the times is coming, man. The Lord said, the day of trouble in heaven is coming, but you're going to have, abundance, you see? It's abundance of food, abundance of water, all of that, man. Shelter, protection. The Lord going to guide and protect his elect. So I'm in it over one more, and that'll be the lesson. Slakia. Where is it at? Psalms 18 verse 2. I'll just end it with this one. Right, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. So we must trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He is our rock, he is our fortress, he's our deliverer. Right, so I'm in it right there, and I pray he is edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I want to give Kohalayim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, peace and salutation to the elect scattered abroad, pushing his truth and sincerity. Without him, say Shalom, Wa Baba Ba Shalom.